lasses there, all with smiling faces, gathering along the Scotswood Road to see the bleeding races.
It rains. Oh, it's back through Bartes!
1962 on a summer's afternoon, we took the bus from Bambras and she was heavy laden. Where we went along Collingwood Street, that's on the road to Bladen. Oh, me lads, you should have seen us gunning, passing the folks along the road just as they were standing. All the lads and lasses there, all with smiling faces, gunning along the Scotswood Road to see the bleeding races.
What's going on, people? Welcome back to another video. John Sinclair TV back again. Tonight it's the Premier League prediction show. Good evening to you, Lottie.
Evening, John. I might have ruined your intro there. My mic unmuted itself and I did have a bit of a cough, so I do apologise to everybody.
That's Sammy's.
Yeah, it was a complete accident. Fine. I was kind of multitasking and smashing that like button on both my accounts. So whoever's in the chat, make sure you smash that like button. But how are you, John?
I'm absolutely fine. Just had a better day today work-wise, and went to the gym, and I tried to ring up Sky about the skybox upstairs, but unfortunately couldn't get through to them. But so
there's no surprise there, is there really?
Absolutely. And we're still going to try and catch you as well in summer. We never know. But how's Lottie?
Do you know what? I've had a bit of a, in terms of me, I've had a bit of a tough week. It's a bit of a sort of mental health thing. I mean, it's just a case of be kind. If it's not your business, you shouldn't be talking about it, is my best advice.
Well said. I mean, I posted out a tweet yesterday, right, about happy birthday over there. Happy birthday to Amanda Staveley. She was 50 yesterday, right? And then I had some messages coming through, sort of thing. Really nice messages, Amanda. I had people say, John, you're not going to get a game for the Toon, this and that and t'other. John, make sure you put the link out next time, you absolutely muppet. You know, he's a great guy. But one of them said, I'm not going to mention on there, right? He just something about this now that he's just been really sticking his nose, it doesn't belong, right? I don't like his tweet sort of thing. I'll just blocked him. He's in the bin. Like Nick said, it's in the bin. My Nick. So I want to say my mate Nick there makes him a great mate. She's a great mate. She's a big Man U fan as well. So guys, if you like the video, like what you see, please hit that like, subscribe. Also leave a comment in the section as well, and do the prediction show. What we do, we go through the teams, the games. You guess the score as well. And also, it's going to be fun as well. And before I come on to what we're going to talk about, I've got one for Chelsea OG. No Chelsea players in the thumbnail. Do you know what, mate? I do apologise. And you know what? If you do it again next week, which I'm sure we'll do, I'll keep you happy, mate. I'll keep you happy 100%. Big up to Leslie as well, even to me and you. Excuse me. Hit the likes and share to social John Charlotte Brewer. Thank you very much indeed for that one. Big up to Alan as well. Hi to Alan. Hope you're okay. Hi to Jules. And hi to the Croon lad as well, who we had a good trip in Newcastle. Yes, it's been great. Had a good time. And, when we went to Ireland, I had 75 quid with a voucher. Sweet. And I got these two vouchers me in the last go. Right? Didn't know how much this discount's going to be. Spent 45 quid on 2 pair of jeans. I still got 70 quid left on me vouchers. Get in there. Get in. And you got everyone to Croon lad. Hi to everybody else. And you're in the safe place here, Lottie.
Thanks, Les.
And Rashford is out for a few weeks. It's bad for United, good for us. That's in the club as well.
I think it's good for everyone all round, to be honest with you.
Absolutely.
Good for everybody. Absolutely. Not good for my fantasy football, though. I will say that.
Exactly. So what we're going to do, right, I mean, like, we're going to go through, look at the tables quickly before we go on to the show. And also top the league, 73 points. 6 points ahead of Man City with a game in hand. Newcastle's in third, 56 points. They've won 5 games straight. United fourth as well, also on 56. We've got a better goal difference as well, with plus, looks like plus 20 for me. We got 27 better off. United's got 7. Spurs are in 6th place. 5th, Villa. Our opponents are in 6th. We're going to talk about that game very soon. And at the bottom of the table, you got Southampton. They're looking doomed, aren't they? 23 points. Leicester City, 25 points. after they sacked Brendan Rodgers. Nottingham Forest are in the bottom three as well on goal difference alongside Everton. If they sack Steve Cooper, I'll tell you what, that'll be an utter disgrace. They tried to get Jorge Sampaoli as well, Argentinian manager, ex-Argentine national coach, also there as well. But he's turned them down because he wants to join Flamengo. And Leeds got a thumping as well by 5-1. They're fifth bottom. Bournemouth are the biggest winners, jumping up 4 places into heading heights of 15th. So the Cherries are on the margin on the up. So we go to more comments as well before we go straight on to the game prediction. A few days by Man U will help us this season. Who else can score from Rashford? Then again, we need Man U to beat Spurs very soon. That'll be next month. Right, let's go straight to the first game. And it's going to go between Aston Villa and Newcastle United. I forgot to take this on the way. Newcastle are on fire. Won the last 5 games straight. We had a good win against Brentford, 2-1. But my God, first half we were absolutely shocking. I can't lie. Second half we were slightly better, but we was at our best. But we've done the job as well. And against Aston Villa, they won the last 4 games under Unai Emery. And I tell you what, Ollie Watkins, he is on fire. And I tell you what, this is going to be a cracking game because he goes in this game, entertainment as well. And for me, I think Newcastle will just have enough for me. I'm going to say Villa 1, Newcastle 2. I have to be positive in my club. And Lottie, what do you think of that game? 12:30 kickoff as well.
Do you know what? I don't mind a 12:30 kickoff when it's like this kind of juicy fixture, and it's not my own team. It's great. I mean, if you look at it, you've won your last 5. Villa have won their last 4 out of 5 and drew the last game. So I think it's going to be really interesting to see, especially how you played your previous game as well. I am going to go for goals galore on this because Callum Wilson, nice goals this weekend. Very nice. And then also you got Ollie Watkins, who's an absolute fire. I'm going to go 3-2 to Newcastle, just over the line. Last minute goal. As much as I enjoy watching Villa this season, I just think you're going to push it. And I've called it right the last couple of weeks. So I'm on my roll for week 5. So
Lottie, you're our lucky charm as always. You know what I mean? And you know what? You get the quarter score sweet. I'm always good to Arsenal as well. And big up to TV Gula, by the way, Sophie. Big up to Sophie, by the way. She's the real one as well. And I'm going to try and get used and TV Gula as well. I'll be sure soon for a prediction for Arsenal game preview as well. I tell you what, Sophie, she had a lot of stick, but believe you me, she is absolutely pulling on her shoes as well. So big up to Sophie, by the way. And she's a massive Guna fan. For me personally, I said 2-1. You said 3-2. I'm going to push the boat here. Actually, gross it is. I'm going to say Villa 2, Newcastle 4 in this game.
Ooh.
Villa, we also can see goals, right? But the thing with Villa, right, when they play in all those 4 games, right, they beat Nottingham Forest at home as well. That's their last game, right? They beat Leicester City away, right? And you know what it is, right? I mean, let's be honest about it. They're beating teams in the lower half of the table. That is the thing. Yeah,
that's where you need to pick up the points, though. It's nothing to be ashamed of. That's where you want the points from. Because if you look at the top end of the table, it's a hard battle. You look at the rest of the table and think, oh yeah, I expect points here, points there. But there always will be that shock result where, say, for example, Liverpool beat Man United 7-0 and then following week lose 1-0 to Bournemouth. And it's just, it's madness.
It is an absolute madness. It's an absolute madness as well. And for me personally, I mean, for that team, John McGinn is on fire as well in the midfield. Douglas Luiz has been outstanding. I mean, Tyrone Mings, well, he's not my favourite player, but he's back to his best, you know.
Do you know what he has? He has like maybe 1 or 2 purple patches a season, and he does really, really well, and then he just goes downhill again for me. He wouldn't be, say, for England, wouldn't be my first choice to go up for England, if that makes sense.
It does.
That's the easiest way I can describe it. Would not be my first choice.
No, fair enough. Absolutely true. And you know what it is, right? At the end of the day, I don't rate Mins to be fair, but he seems to be getting it right. But I've got some more comms signed. 3-1 to Newcastle against Villa from Alan. And the crew on that said, Villa also on great form, will be a very tough game. I think Eddie will have some extra motivations up against Emery. I mean, that's the game we're going to need to win as well. We need to win that game as well. As first place, Man U, after they play us, those 2 games can keep Newcastle in top 4. If we beat Villa, we have a big chance. And Jules said, I'd take one. Half of my fellow family being disappointed in exchange for 3 points. That's from Jules. Jules got Brummy family as well. She's a Brummy as well, by the way. Big up to Jules as well. Despite who Villa fled, they were complacent after the wins. Our lads won't be. Leslie, absolutely. I think we'll be up for this game. Big up to Brian. So he's on time as well. He's normally late. Villa play 6 at the back. Tight game 2-1 to Newcastle. And also as well, do you think... do you remember the first game against Newcastle 4 Villa? We broke them when they were on form. We are why Joe got sacked. Exactly. How to take a manager there as well. And Joe got sacked.
You've also got to remember Emery's put them in good form. So it's going to be a challenge either way for me. And I'm just going to sit there as a neutral and enjoy the game personally. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think he's a fantastic manager no matter what. I think he's a cracking manager. He really is. He really is. And big up to Unai coming back. He didn't have to come back to the English football. He comes back unfinished business. What a job he's done. And I tell you, can you imagine if he came in the beginning of the season? I tell you what, Villa will be very close up there under Emery. He is done a damn good course.
He's doing well. He's doing well with what he's got. That's really the nicest thing I can say about that man, I'm afraid. I'm not his biggest fan, so...
Fair enough. Good evening, by the way. Good evening. When I like coffees there, he'll say good evening.
Yeah.
So you're going 3-2 or going 4-2? I'm going 4-2. He goes in this game. And let's go on to the next one. If I can find out, it's going to be... Hang on, let's get rid of that one. Get that one in the bin. And it's going to be... sorry, it's going to be Chelsea against Brighton, but I'm going to have to edit that. Scroll on the ticker. There you go. The next game, Chelsea against Brighton. Chelsea are having a tough time. They appointed Van Lampard.
And things we love to see.
Yeah. And you know what? 600 million and they haven't got a striker sort of thing. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Right? This is looking peak. This is looking peak.
It's gonna take a long time for Modric to settle down. Long time.
Absolutely.
And I'm here for every minute of it.
Yes, absolutely. So big up. So Chelsea games are very good. Brighton deserve it. And I tell you what, Brighton should have won that game. Right? They got done against Tottenham. They should have had a couple of penalties as well.
Royally stitched up.
And Howard Webb comes in, I'm sorry. Well,
apologies.
You know what?
Shouldn't be apologising. It should be a straight up rematch. Those 3 points should be fought for, and Brighton would tank them. Because you look at Brighton as a whole this season, they've been absolutely superb in the way they've played. I mean, you've got the likes of Mitoma, Solly March stepping up, and it's brilliant to see. Their managers got them to play proper football like they did before they came up to from the Championship. Because I remember watching Brighton through that whole season, the season that before they came up, quality, absolute top quality. But they should have taken the 3 points off Spurs, and I would have been happy. But Howard Webb, it's not acceptable just to apologise. You should have sorted a rematch out and took the points back off both teams and then made them play again.
Absolutely. Just quick breaking news, right? But now Inter Milan won last night, and if they carry us on, there's going to be our talent team in the final of the Champions League.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. That's so good. That's really good to hear. Really
Serie A is back, baby. It's back. And I tell you what, whether they like it or not. And I hope it's a Man City Napoli final. That'd be a dream. That would be a dream.
Wow, that would be incredible. That would be incredible. And unfortunately, I can't say that for Roma and the women's because they ended up against Barcelona. Well done to them for getting at least one goal in for the first time going through the knockout stages. Absolute top quality from Roma. But it just weren't meant to be. Barcelona are just that European giant at the moment. There ain't no stopping them.
Nah, they're too good. And I guess I sent a tweet out this morning, right? I mean, see, part of this, someone asked us, can you do a shout out for someone? I did that. And this morning, 6,178 views on Twitter, 23 messages. Oh, man, bless. But, you know, she's a big Newcastle fan. And she just trusted us to give her a shout. And I've done that sort of thing. So, yeah. So Chelsea having a tough time in a minute, are they? Let's be real. It's new manager, same Chelsea. And I tell you what it is, right? They got done by a brilliant Nunes score by like one shot on target the whole of that game. I tell you what, Chelsea, they're going to have to spend another 600 mil. Because I tell you, he's coming in the summer, that and then Kunku for Leipzig. He's coming from the French international. He's coming next season. So, yeah, but I tell you what, they need more than that as well. Let's go on to some comments as well. You've got to look at this. To test Eddie wasn't first choice, Unai was, so Eddie will have a lot to prove. It's a battle who was the best choice. Well, the thing is, right, he's done a wonderful job anyhow, right? And I'm going to stick by that. Do you know what I mean? So he's more than proven himself.
Oh no, definitely. I think thing is, if you think about it, if look like yes, United is going to be useful when it comes to Europe, but what you want is someone that can navigate the league at the moment. That is what you require, not what you need in the future. So Eddie's done really well. He knows the league inside out. Do you know what I mean? He's been around that long.
100%. So, and this is the manager.
He's what you need right now. Back him.
This is the manager that brought Bournemouth, stopping going out the league, and took Bournemouth out of the way to the Premier League. And that guy is more deserves his chance. And they will give him a chance in Europe and see how he does in Europe. I mean, European football is going to be a test for Eddie Howe. And he's got to be given that chance, simple as that.
It's going to be a completely new ball game, but it also gives you the advantage of being the wild card, and everybody loves an underdog.
Correct, absolutely right, absolutely right.
I might actually watch the Men's Champions League next season if you get it.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, I will be watching it because my team should be back in it, but I haven't watched Champions League football since we left. I just keep an eye on the scores. I'm like, no, I'll go and watch the women's. We'll get to the quarterfinals for 10 years and then get knocked out, and then we get our first semi-final. In a couple of weeks, so can't wait. First in 10 years.
Exactly. Let's hope you do it. Let's hope you do it.
I hope so. Wolfsburg are hard. We went out to them last season.
Yes.
tough team.
Wow.
Trust me.
Wow.
Tough team.
Tough team. They are a tough team. Claude Ladd said 3-1 to Brighton against Chelsea. I think Ed has more than proved himself. Thank you, Jules, for that. I think that's a cracking comment there. I forgot about VAR, so I'm going for 2-1 against Villa. And Carl Bowie reckons Chelsea will beat Madrid 3-0 to good luck at that, because I tell you something, that Real Madrid team looks fantastic.
Oh God. I've seen so many good TikToks about Man United. Real Madrid going after them. It's going to be hilarious. I can't wait. I just want them to be tanked tonight. Really, really do.
Absolutely. Bruno looks better than Enzo Fernandez for faction at the cost. You know what it is, right? Enzo Fernandez is a quality player, right? Let's not diss this guy. He's a quality player and he is a World Cup winner. Yes, I get that, but Bruno, I mean, I love Bruno.
The thing is, I feel like with this whole World Cup tag, it's a little bit annoying. If you know what I mean? I mean, you got the likes of Hugo Lloris. He's lost more World Cup finals than he's won them.
Yeah.
But the thing is, with the Tottenham fans, they don't care about that. The fact that the ones I know think he's a liability. Like, yes, they've won it, so what?
Yeah.
They're not going to remember that. They're going to remember what you do domestically.
Yeah, absolutely. They don't care about the World Cup.
Unless they're from the same country as you. Simple as that.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah, Bruno about that. Yeah, Bruno, I tell you what, Bruno's one of the best midfielders in the country. Let's be real. Oh, yeah. Excuse me. I hear Liverpool can't afford Jude Bellingham. I'm not surprised there. You're not going to spend all that money. I mean, I'm not saying he's overhyped. He's a cracking player, but 135 million.
Thing is, he's a kid, and watch him play now. I don't know how much German football you watch at the minute, John, but you see him play now, and you see the potential, and it's okay. If you've got the right coach, we could be seeing someone similar to Bukayo Saka here. Or if not, obviously slightly different because he plays differently, but the potential is there. Yeah. And we know that Saka's ceiling is limitless at this point for his age.
I tell you, I'm a massive Saka fan. He's world class as well. He is world class.
He is.
He really is. He is world class. I mean, so look at this one. John, have you seen Newcastle are part of the American Prem tournament? That's 10 million plus just for a friendly tournament. And you know what it is, right? I mean, I would love to go to America in the summer. I really would. But at the end of the day, I kind of get time off and all. I can't get a week off in August. I would love to go there. But if they go to the Saudis again, I'm making sure I'm going as well.
It's interesting. I think the six they've chose Villa, Brighton, you guys. think Chelsea are in there. I can't remember who the other teams are. I saw that the other day in my Twitter feed. I thought, oh, that'd be interesting.
I mean, I'd love to do a watch along, right? But the thing is, if I did a watch along, it's going to be someone else in as well. I know he's a good guy. I'm not going to compete. I'm just not going to compete at all whatsoever. So, I mean, I'm done watch alongs as much. I did it the other week and it went well, but I just cannot compete watch alongs anymore. That's the thing. Brian's going to refuse to win the league. I hope you do.
I have really that. I'm taking it game by game, guys, though. I'm not looking that far ahead. Can't do it. Yeah. It's the hope that kills you.
Exactly. Did you see the Isaac? That's a better stats than Darwin Núñez in half the games. Wow, Isaac goes the game. That was amazing.
Do you know what? Absolutely. Like I did like watching Darwin Núñez before he came to the league, but like after that headbutt, I was like, no, I don't want to watch you anymore. It's like have a bit of class about yourself. Well said.
Well said. And exactly. Hi to Coffee. Hi Coffee. He's here. And
good evening. I like coffee.
Evening, he says that, Emery as well. If you enjoyed the Premier League preview, hit the thumbs. Thank you very much indeed, Jules. Thank you. If Man City wins Champions League, does fifth in the Premier League gets Champions League? I don't think it does,
No, it wouldn't. The top four would get it. I think fifth will go. Fifth belongs to Europa. It's top four.
Yeah. If Chelsea win the Champions League and we finish fourth, we don't get in.
No, hang on. I think you do because that's happened to us. We had fourth, and I think Chelsea won a trophy and we got kicked out down to the Europa. So it might maybe so. I'm not sure. I can't remember, but I remember being very bitter at that point because we scraped so hard to get Europe, like Champions League, and then we got kicked out to the Europa again. Not impressed.
Give us a scoreline for Chelsea Brighton.
I'm gonna go 4-0 Brighton. Actually, make that 4-1. Make that 4-1, John, because if Chilwell starts, they've got a higher percentage of winning. So,
fair enough.
Yeah, 4-1 Brighton, please.
I'm going to say Brighton to win, and I'm going to say Chelsea 0, Brighton 2.
Ooh. Okay.
I hope so, but let's go on to the next one. Everton against Fulham. Everton are fifth bottom, and also Fulham since they lost Mitrovic. Wow. I mean, they lost against West Ham last week, so both teams, even the post Fulham, might have a chance if they win. They might have a slight chance to get to qualify for Europe, and Everton need the points to beat the drop. I don't think that is going to go.
Definitely. Fulham in the last 5 have lost 4, drawn 1. Everton have won 1, drawn 3, and lost 1 in the last 5. That's going to be an interesting game. I'm going to go for a draw and go 1-1.
Yeah.
Although I have a feeling Everton are going to play advantage. For sure.
Yeah. I'm going to say, for me, I'll go with you. I think it's going to be a drawn game. I'm going to say 2-2. I think it's going to be 2s each. That's going to be tough, but we go through the comments as well. We got Anna Coffee said Brighton 5, Chelsea 0. Yours said Newcastle to beat followed by 4 goals to 2. Philadelphia Newcastle sounds like a coffee derby.
That's brilliant.
Big up to Luca, by the way. I'll be on your show on Friday, so check out Luca's show. Look at AFC podcast. I'll be on the Big Six show on Friday for all the fun and banter as well. He's so passionate, Luca. I mean, you are a fan of Luca, but he can get a bit overreactory.
I think I might have upset Luca a couple of weeks ago, so so I'm not too sure if he's too happy with me at the moment.
Oh, bless. You're best and you're good mates, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's just a case of think before you tweet or wait for the full time whistle before you tweet.
Yeah.
So I think it was the game.
Bless.
Oh yeah, no, we all do. We all do.
Exactly. We're all Real Madrid, Tanita, Madrid.
I wish I could say that, but I support the other sides of Madrid, I'm afraid.
Let's go to Madrid.
I'm a Fletty fan. My boys over there, so yeah.
He's going 2-1. Lucas going 2-1 to Fulham. And Everton 2-1 by 2 goes to 0. Everton 2-1. 2-1 for Luca. And so it seems a bit strange. Newcastle going to USC to play 3 Premier League teams: Villa, Chelsea, and Brighton. The thing is, though,
there is 6. There is 6. I didn't remember what the other 2 were. There's 6 teams over there, so only one of the big 6 is going.
Fair dues.
Well, 2, technically 2.
2-2. I definitely want to go to that game, man, but I kind of get time off, man. I really love to go do like a stream, like a clip there as well, and go to different places in America. But hopefully next year, I'm booking the holidays. I'll make sure I do that as well. So so
have a look at the fixtures ahead.
I will
and check out where you guys are next summer. Obviously, it won't be America, but
nah. But somewhere else. So
it could be Australia. 2 weeks down under. There you go.
Oh yes, please, Australia. Yes, please.
Trust me, John. It's beautiful out there. It's the most beautiful place I've ever been to. New Zealand, only a 6-hour flight. Jump on a plane and just go. That is my advice.
Exactly. I'm doing that. I'm doing it in Newcastle place there again, and we will. We've got to spend a bit. So you're going for a draw. I'm going for a draw as well. Let's go to the next one for me. Southampton against Palace. Southampton rooted at the bottom of the table. Palace are on fire under Roy Hodgson's 2 wins, 2 draws, 2 wins, 2 games, and 7 goals in the process. I think Roy Hodgson's working this match. I think he's going to stay on next season as well.
He will, but the thing is, it's a case sometimes you got to remember what happened previously. He's good at keeping teams up, but it's not. It's about the team being consistent as a whole together as well, because they did have a bit of a dip the last time he was in charge, and that's partly why they said, "Oh, you got to sort of retire." I feel, but I'm gonna go 3-0 Palace.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the same. 3-0 Palace. I tell you, I'll go something different. I'm gonna go 3-1 to Palace. And the reason I say that, because Southampton will score, right? And I believe they will, but I think Palace have too much for them. You know.
Yeah, do you know what? I think that's a really good shout, because there are ways to get around Palace, and it's sometimes you sit there and think it's too easy.
Yeah, and you know what it is, right? I mean, with Palace, I mean, what do they want? What does the fans want? Do they want to get into Europe, or do they want to get relegated? They're not going to get either. Mid-table is perfect for Palace. Crystal Palace are a credit for the Premier League. Okay, I like Palace. The fans at the Homestead Road End are absolutely fantastic. They really are. And the passion there. You go to Palace Park, and believe you me, their fans are just so amazing, so passionate. And you know what I mean? Richard as well. Big up to Richard if he's watching, by the way. Great guy. Eagle-eyed football. Check him out. That guy is brilliant. And I'll be on this channel next season as well. I always get an invite for them, by the way, and I'm always there. But just don't mention Dan Bunn. So got one from Bobby K. Big up to Bobby. Hi to you, mate. And Alan thinks Sam's going to draw and Palace to win by 6-1. I tell you what, though.
Oh,
he lost his big scores, doesn't he?
That's a big shout.
Massive shout. Massive shout.
Massive. If that happens, I tip my hat to you. I like coffee. I do. Although I don't have one on. Yeah. I'll tip John's hat for him.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Brilliant stuff. So that would be 6. I'm going to go 3-1 as well. Let's go on to the next one. It's going to be Tottenham against Bournemouth at White Hart Lane. Spurs should not have won that game against Brighton, but Bournemouth had a canny win against Leicester on Saturday. They should have been 3 or 4 goals up, but they got the win.
Yeah.
I tell you what, Bournemouth's going to make it tough for Spurs now.
Yeah, no, I hope they do. I hope they do, and I hope they win. They deserve that. By the way they've been playing, I've been fairly impressed with them. So I'm going to go 2-1 to Bournemouth.
I'm going to say a draw in that game. I'm going to say 1-1 because I think Bournemouth is going to make it so tough for them.
I hope they do. I hope they bring the game that they brought to us. Yeah. That was chaos in itself. That game was the most stressful game as I've had this season. From Arsenal, and I'm not even joking. It's like, wow.
2 goals up as well, by the way. They're 2 up against you lot. And I tell you what, fair play to you to come back, Lottie, because I tell you what, you as Dan and you, I thought they were going to hold on to that win. But you found a way. Reece Nelson found a way out with that goal, and he's done it.
Yeah. No, definitely. I definitely grew through a few white hairs after that game.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. But I'm going to say, like I say, Warden's each there. They're going to make it tough as well. So what are you going for?
2-1 to Bournemouth.
2-1 to Bournemouth.
I quite fancy Billing scoring as well. So he's not had a bad season.
Yeah, absolutely. Palace fans booed us sellers. Part criticise our owners. I think that's wrong. I think that's shocking. But who cares?
Do you know what? People are entitled to their opinions as long as you guys are okay with yourself and within your own club. Who cares what they think? They boo everybody, to be fair. I mean, their biggest competition is Brighton, and they call it a derby, and it's like, huh? It's confusing because you look at the distance, you'd think Fulham is more of a derby. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or West Ham, they're bang smack in the middle.
Exactly.
It's weird.
Crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. And you know what it is, right? I mean, look, we just do our bit and just cry some more. We win games, we cry some more. Simple as that.
Exactly.
I mean, Mark Lawrenson has come out and said that we're the most boringest team. We're the most boringest team in the Premier League. Yeah. Because we time waste a lot. We shit house you as well. Excuse me. What about Aaron Ramsdale? He time wastes as well.
I love it. I absolutely love it from him. Although the incident a few weeks back, that fan was bang out of order. Stewards should have done more. But the thing is, in a derby, that's the stuff you want to see. I'm sure even in your who's your derby? Is it?
Sunderland.
Just trying to think. Like Premier League wise, who would it be?
Well,
I don't know who's closest. My geography's rubbish.
Nah. But the thing is, though, it's going to be Man United. What I think our fans are trying to do, they're trying to create a rivalry, which is going to be Man United. But the thing is, right? I mean, I think
people need to remember you guys have been a sleeping giant for a long time.
We have,
and people like my age don't remember Newcastle being successful unless you know your stuff, like I do. They don't remember that. And it's like if you know your football history, you'll know they're a sleeping giant. And you get most of my generation, the spoiled brats. I'll be honest with you. They're mostly like glory days of Man United, early glory days for Arsenal, like in the early 2000s. And it's like, oh no, it's just Newcastle. It's that kind of attitude. But the way you've played this season, if you're not waking up and looking at your team properly, why are you watching football?
Correct. Exactly. I mean, we try our fans, Newcastle fans. I mean, all it is, right? It's just quite a word for Man U fans, and half of them, Man U fans, just get us back and say that we don't know our history, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, I just left them to it. I mean, I've got Man U fans who follows us anyway. Then I have someone says to us, I need to tone myself doing something. Don't tweet Man U fans. And I said to myself, shut up. I know these long for 10 years.
You can do what you want. It's your account. Do what you want. Do you know what I mean?
10 yeah. Simple as that. And let's go on to this one as well. Couple of comments when we go on to the next game. Strangely enough, when they booed us, they were Saudi sponsors with an advertisement at their stadium. Very exactly. Can't make it up, couldn't you? And Mark Lawrenson.
It's calling the pot kettle black, or I think that's the phrase. Is that the phrase? It's just yeah, that's it. Hypocritical. Yeah,
hypocritical.
Yeah. That's the words. That's the one.
Exactly. So that, man. We got the one from Claude Lansing, Mark Lawrenson saying Newcastle need to be sorted by the Premier League next season for time wasted. It's a myth and horse. Arsenal's time wasted on Sunday, and the pundit said was great game management. Do you know what it is, with Mark Lawrenson, right? Let's be real, Mark, if you're listening, or you want to come on the show and explain yourselves, right? Why are you having to go at Newcastle, the latest pundit, or failed pundit, to have a go at Newcastle, right? At the end of the day, are you just jealous because you're in the top four? Are you unhappy because your beloved Liverpool are not in the top four? Really? How weird, man. Just give us credit where it is due, because you're having a fantastic season. We are where we are. And Liverpool have not been good enough, Mark Lawrenson, okay? So I suggest you, right, take a holiday somewhere, all right, out the sunset, and just don't want to hear from you for years, okay? Thank you. And Mark,
I think the better phrase for never hear from you again. That would be the better phrase.
Exactly.
Completely agreed.
Exactly. And Mark Lawrenson has dementia. He has passed it. And I do apologise if he's got that. If that's true, I do apologise. But at the end of the day, you can't have anyone coming on, right, having a go. He's one. Stan Collymore as well. I got blocked to blame, by the way. Who cares? I would never have known who Mark Lawrenson was until he made these statements. You know what it is? End of the day, right, he used to be coach at Newcastle as well, under Kenny Dalglish, which is an awful time. And you know what? He's a Scouser, Liverpool legend. Let's have a pop in Newcastle. Simple as that. Let's go on to the next one. Score for that one. You said draw, didn't you?
I said 2-1. I think I said 2-1 or 3-1 Bournemouth. Yeah, 2-1 or 3-1. One of the two.
Yeah, 2-1. 2-1. You said 2-1. Let's go on to Wolves, Brentford. Wolves had a cracking win. on Saturday against Chelsea, a poor Chelsea side. Newcastle scored a one worldie and against a Brentford team, and they can be a fantastic side. They're playing some good football under Thomas Frank. Tony's on fire, scoring lots of goals, and I can see it's going to be another tight game. But I'm going to say Brentford. I'm going to take a gamble here. I'm going to say I'm going to say Wolves win that one by 2-1.
That's really interesting. Well, I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. I mean, Wolves beating Chelsea, they're going to have like confidence over the roof. Brentford are just ticking along as usual. So, but Ray has been a bit shaky. I've kind of like he's one of those keepers you keep in fantasy football all season round, and he has these periods where he's shaky. So I'm going to go 2-2.
2-2. Yeah, 2-1 to Wolves for me. I mean, Brentford will score, but I think I think Wolves should get the 3 points for this and pull them clear out away from the drop zone as well, because he's done a good job. That Lopetegui, he's done a fantastic job of them in a minute. And I've got a feeling Wolves should do something big next season. I really do. They're going to spend a lot of money. I think they have a team that Wolves fans going to be proud of. I think they're going to be doing some big things at the moment. Big things there.
Possibly, but I just might take a while, but I still think they're going to be that mid-table team, unfortunately, because they're just one of those teams that they just kind of hang out at the mid-table, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
There's no disrespect to them, but it's just sort of the way I expect things to go for them throughout the season, if you know what I mean.
I do. So, yeah, so we've got 3 more games to go. The first one's going to be Man City against Leicester at the Etihad. There could only be one winner there, I'm afraid, for Leicester. I mean, Man City need to win this game, and I truly believe they're going to do it.
Yeah, no, they're at home. Leicester have been very hit and miss all this season, and it's Man City are just going to tear them apart, unfortunately. I can't even see Leicester scoring. I'm going to go... I do actually hate to say it, but I'm going to go 4-0 City. I hate to say it because I don't want them catching up with us. I don't. So,
I mean, well, I'm going to say...
Hopefully they'll stay in Champions League as long as possible and then lose the final.
Yeah.
We have more games than us then.
True. And you know what it is, right? I mean, Leicester City's got a good record at the Etihad as well. They got a terrific record. I can remember they scored five goals to 2. They were fantastic.
Yeah.
Under Brendan Rodgers, yeah. And I still think it's a mistake sacking Brendan. They could have waited to the end of the season and they didn't. So I'm going to say 4-0. No, I'm going to say 4-0 to Man City. They're on fire. Leicester's all over the place. They're in big trouble as well. Jerry Vardy, I hate to say, is not as good as he has been. Daka, not scoring enough goals. For me personally, I'm going to see it 4-0 to Man City, and that is how it is. But we go to some comments as well. And I had a couple of missed you when you said 4-1 to Brentford, by the way. Evening to Carlos, hope you're fine, mate. And Man City 5-0 to Clone Lad, 4-0 to Man City. And hopefully as well. Happy birthday to Carlos. Happy birthday, Carlos, by the way. Happy birthday to you, my guy. I hope you made a happy returns, mate. And what did I say? I said 4-0 Man City, didn't I? So
yeah, we both did.
A long day. So
it's going to be a very long day for Leicester. But you never know. Leicester might surprise us, and I hope they do.
Absolutely. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to change the fixtures around there. I'm going to start with Forest against Man United at City Ground. Forest need to win this game or get something out of the game, because at the minute they're in serious trouble, right? And Man U, without Rashford, is going to be out for a couple of games with a groin injury or groin or thigh injury, whatever you want to call it, right? And Casemiro's still got that extra ban as well. So, what do you think? How do you think this game's going to go?
It's going to be interesting to see who actually does want to score for Man United now, if I'm honest with you. Because obviously when you think of Man United, you think they score who's scoring recently. You think of Rashford. You get the odd one from Martial and Fernandes, but I'm not too sure how this is going to go. I'm just going to go for a 1-1 draw, because Forest are absolutely solid at home, and I do enjoy watching them when they play at home. Away it's a bit unpredictable, but at home I'm going to go for 1-1.
Do you know what? I'm going to say exactly the same. Once each. I think Forest could get something out of this game, and I think that'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
That'd
Their
be
crowd is their
brilliant as well.
12th man on the pitch.
Exactly. I mean, when they played against us, right? I mean, look, first half, I mean, they soaked up the pressure. We could have scored 3 or 4 goals before they scored first. But I tell you what, I hope that Forest beat United. And if they do that, that'd be Newcastle will be one of the biggest
That'll be
winners
massive for them this season.
But we got to do a bit. We got to do a bit first as well, because it's not going to be easy going to the City Ground. And you got to go there as well, haven't you? You got to go to the City Ground, haven't you?
Yeah, we go there on a Wednesday night. We've got 3 games in the space of 7 days, so it's going to be interesting.
Very
going to be interesting because we got rescheduled, didn't we? So
yeah, it'll be
dreading
interesting.
it.
Yeah,
dreading it. But we're not there yet. Not yet. You got West Ham first.
West Ham first. That should be. We're going to come to that game in a minute as well. Martial probably the last 10 minutes before he picks up another injury. That would be no surprise. Forest 2-2-1. Hopefully that's an Allen 2-1 to Man United. Clone lad. Forest is Coffee said Forest 2-1. And Jules, on that note, I've got to love and leave you all. Quiz Beckons, take care. Enjoy the quiz, Jules. Let's hope you win, Andy. And good luck to you as well. And she goes on the quiz on the Wednesday, so she deserves a day off as well. So big up to Jules, by the way. And I said 1-1 at City Ground, and I think that'd be a fair result there as well. And on to the last game. Is that the last game? It's a Monday evening game. Yes, there's a Monday game. There's one on the Monday night as well. We come to in a bit. We go to West Ham against Arsenal. Take it away, please, Lottie.
I'm actually looking forward to this game because West Ham have been poor recently, and it's just gonna go over to the London Stadium, pick up my 3 points, and go home. I think it's gonna be maybe 3-1 to us, if I'm honest with you. Quietly confident. Jesus is back, and he looks absolutely fabulous. So I have missed him. I've been frustrated for a few weeks with the person that John likes to call my favourite, Eddie Nketiah, but obviously he's been out for a while. So he's been out for a while, but he is back in training, which is a good, really good to see. But it's also a question of who do you start up front? We've got so much choice. Saka, no questions asked, but it's a case of that left-hand side, Trossard or Martinelli. Both of them are so absolutely bloody brilliant. And you've also got to add Smith Rowe to the mix. And it's just where do you start? And I haven't had this problem in years. But I think Martinelli will probably be the one to start for this. I like that score. I like that score. But do you know what? I'm gonna go with the Clon lad. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that one. 4-2 to us. 4-2 to us. It's gonna be a juicy game I'm hoping. Is Antonio fit at the moment? I don't even remember if he's fit, but I'm hoping for Ben White to pocket him again.
He played against us on there last week. And
so he's fine then.
I think he was the best player.
I think Ben White's gonna have to borrow tea in his Tesco bag again. After last season, that was bloody brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what it is, right? I mean, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say 3-1 to. I'm gonna say 3-1 to Arsenal. I think Arsenal too strong for West Ham. We're too strong, and at the end of the day, that'll be another 3 points in March to the title. So, and if you've got the Etihad soon, so I'll be watching that as well. So that'd be a cracking game as well. I might even do a watch along for that game.
Ooh.
I might do a watch along that game and see Arsenal and try and get you on as well for that day if you're not gonna.
Yeah, I'll come and join you. That's cool. I'll do that. When have we got? Yeah, we got Southampton next Sunday, and then it's City and Chelsea back to back.
Yeah, I thought that'd be worth. Exactly.
And then the following Sunday, we've got you lot.
Yes. And I'll be good up to that game as well. That's on bank holidays.
Nice.
So I'll be up for that game as well. And I'm gonna do a vlog. I'm gonna do a vlog as well for the first time. I'm gonna do a proper vlog. I'm gonna try and get one or two fans as well. And then hopefully film so out, and then I'm gonna be at the stadium as well. So it's gonna be a cracking time. So I may have done against Tottenham, you never know. Let's go on to the comments as well. And Toon is fit and looks decent. Also looking shaky at the back with Horden. To be fair with Horden, I think he had a good game. I think he did well.
Do you know what? I'm not complaining. He's that solid. He's
solid.
Shaky. He's solid, but he's shaky at times. But he's Mr. Reliable, and I will always appreciate him for pocketing Diego Costa in a cup final. It was just glorious. But
Yeah.
he's the squad player when we've got no Saliba. He's the player that can step up as long as him and Gabriel, Gabriel keep talking at the back to each other and across to Ben White and across to Zinchenko or Tierney, whoever's there, is fine. It's when they don't talk, it goes to crap, basically. Sorry, excuse my language. I like that. I like coffee. I like that. I'll take that. But Partey's not going to score. He likes to think he's playing rugby. It's a miracle that he got a header against Leicester like the other season. I was like, what?
Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to call him Tommy P.
Yeah.
Tommy P. That's what I call him, Tommy P.
Do you know what? I call him TT. I don't know why. I just call him TT. I just sit there going to public people and be like, who are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've seen people do like a watch along. So you look at these big names as well, got their own channels, and you got like people like Goldbridge does the commentary. They be commentary in that game. You got people like Curtis Shaw. He'll be doing that as well. Curtis Shaw, he'll be commentary as well. And he does that as well. But look, at the end of the day, obviously it's a treat as well. It's a treat game. May as well do it as well. So I'm gonna seriously think about it. I'm gonna do a poll as well. And then I'll probably get people say, you're doing it. It's a Newcastle channel, blah, blah, blah. We'll see. Stop decline Rice. Declan Rice. Declan Rice.
Decline Rice, love it.
He's declining.
If you box up Declan Rice, that's it. They've had it. They don't have that creativity. And Alan is 100% right. 100% right. And I think Granit Xhaka and Thomas Partey can do that. Even Odegaard can terrorise them because what a season Martin Odegaard is having. I'm one of the very few Arsenal fans that backed him when he came back, and I'm like, no, there's something here. And now look at him, and I'm here for every moment of it.
What a player.
Quality.
What a player. Last one tonight, we're going to go with this one. It's going to Leeds, who need the points for obvious reasons against Liverpool. Has been really poor this season. And you know what? I'm going to say Liverpool to win that game. I think Leeds are in big trouble because they're not scoring a lot of goals and they're conceding lots as well. And they have conceded now. I think they conceded 9 goals in 2 games. They're in massive trouble, Lottie. They really are. And you know what it is, right? They should. I mean, Jesse Marsh. I mean, they were right to sack him, by the way. He just wasn't good enough, right? But they tried to get managers coming in before they got in Jerry Garcia. We tried to get Arnie Slots from Feyenoord. He was never going to leave Feyenoord to join Leeds. There's absolutely no way, right? No. In fact, Feyenoord agreed to let him talk to Leeds because they knew he wasn't going to go anywhere. So they played a smart game. So Leeds tried to get 2 or 3 matches come through the door, right? And then they couldn't get them. So they go to Garcia instead. But I tell you what, if they stay up next season, this season, Lottie, they got to rebuild them. And on top of that, they got to pay 25 million quid to Kevin Augustin as well. He used to play for Leipzig as well. He only plays on like 46 minutes of football.
Wow, is that it? Oh, that's actually really poor. But yeah, no, Leeds are gonna, if they do manage to scrape up like they did last year. Was it last season? Yeah, they just about scraped it last season.
Yeah, Rafinha.
Yeah, but they haven't got that. They haven't got that player. Yeah, no, they haven't got him. So I don't know how they're gonna manage to stay up. I want them to be relegated personally, but I also would like to see Leeds batter Liverpool. Yeah. Like there's a thing, is it what you want and then the reality of it. Yeah. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw on this one because Leeds at home give as good as they get.
Exactly. I'm going to say Liverpool to win by, I think Liverpool win by 3 goals to 0.
Okay.
Because I think some of these players playing for the futures now, they're not going to get top 4, right? I hope I'm wrong. And I'll tell you what it is. I think they're going to be, Liverpool's going to have a point to prove. They will give it one last push to try and get a top 4, which they're not going to get. And they're going to spend big in the summer as well. They're going to spend massive because I tell you what, these big, the so-called 6, right, don't want to be finished below Newcastle United, Liverpool, Chelsea, Tottenham, Man United. You know what I mean? But we're ahead of the curve, Lottie. We're ahead of the curve. And this is only the beginning. It's only the beginning. Yes.
Definitely. As I said to you a few weeks now, you're going to have pick of Europe. You'll have to pick.
Definitely. We have to pick as well.
Like, I can even see you rating Serie A, to be fair. If you had to if you could have 3 players out of Serie A, who would it be?
Osimhen.
Newcastle.
If Osimhen, Kefar
Yeah.
and Milinkovic Savage for me.
Ooh.
If you give us 250 million quid to spend, I'll spend all that. That ain't going to be enough. That ain't going to be enough to get those three players. However, I think Milinkovic Savage could be get at. I think he's got one left on his contract after this
viable.
one.
He's viable for sure.
He's 20 years Serbian lad, and Osimhen. You want to get a striker like Osimhen, right? Then again, it's going to be unfair on Isak because Isak's playing really well. So you got to give Isak a chance. I love Isak. I think that guy is brilliant. So
the thing is, what you want that problem where you've got depth. When you've got domestic cups and you've got European football as well as the league, that depth is what you rely on because your squad needs to be bigger.
Exactly. And
so when you've got that problem, it's not like, oh, who do I pick? It's a case of who's performing.
Exactly. So, who's performing? And you got to look over the Shura as well. I mean, Vjalovic as well is another one as well. I mean, I'd take as well. And
do you know what? Buy him for 50p. He can stay there. He can stay there. All of a sudden, he wants to come to Arsenal. No, you can stay there. I don't want you no more.
No, fair enough. And I'll tell you what, like Kimi Ye as well for the defender. Could do another centre back as well. Kimi Ye for Napoli. That guy is absolutely outstanding. He really is.
But if they win the Champions League and beat City to it, he ain't going nowhere. I can promise you that.
Can't see it. No. He wants to give another year.
You can dream there, John. You can dream.
I could dream. Osimhen, that's a pipe dream. But you never know. But he's got a market value of 40 million quid buyout, close to 40 million quid. So, and he's gettable as well, Kimi Ye. And I tell you what, if you get that guy, I'm probably going to the dark horse of football, I'm telling you. But I don't care. As long as we win games. The bubble song's catchy as well. And Decline.
I've got a better song than that for you. I like coffee. If you're on Twitter, I'll send it to you because I'm not allowed to say it on this channel. I will have people come after me for it. It's actually quite fun as a non-West Ham fan.
Exactly. Declan Rice is known as an Ireland. It's Johnson.
John, I think Alan was saying the pronunciation.
Who's that?
Yeah. If you pronounce it with an Irish accent in your head, you're
Decline.
Yeah, exactly. Sounds like Declan. Yeah, no.
Declan Rice. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He should have played for Ireland, but tough. He plays for England. It's JSTV. You decide what to do, John, Aston Leslie, because I was just saying about doing a Man City Arsenal watch, and I'll probably do that. Get you on as well. Leeds 3, Liverpool 3. Leeds 1, Liverpool 5. Leeds to win, hopefully. That's from Alan. I'd love to see Leeds United win. That's from Leslie and Vjalovic as well. I like coffee as well. So I think we cover that as well. So tell us your predictions in the chat, guys. What's your predictions going to be? Leaving your comments in below as well. And on to the women's football as well. We spoke about backstage as well. About Ella Toon. Something ain't quite right with her as well. You said yesterday.
Something's not quite right. She missed the penalty against Brazil. I mean, she did score in the game, so I'm not too worried about her, but she just didn't look right against Australia. We finally got our first loss in nearly 2 years under Serena Wiegman. Disappointed, but I'm glad it happened before the World Cup this summer. Mostly because we need to learn from it. I mean, it's all great playing these semi-professional teams who don't get to actual proper training facilities and train like 5 days a week like our girls do. And we're winning 10-0 and all that kind of stuff. It gets a bit tedious. Although you enjoy the football because there's some cracking goals from silly mistakes, but we need to learn from it. I mean, at the moment, England are currently ranked 4th in the world for the women's team. We're just behind second. There is literally 10 points in it. I just seen I like coffee's comment. I was actually shouting Toon throughout in Wembley. Toon. I was enjoying myself when I went to Brazil, watched the Brazil game. I had to hate one of my own players, which was the hardest thing in my life because both my centre-backs are captains of their countries, which Leah Williamson and Rafael de Souza. Best centre-backs in the WSL. But yeah, they're both captains of their countries, and it's just like, they're my players.
Wow. And I'm going to watch some games with you as well, and for the England games as well. And hopefully, if I can get up on time, hopefully I don't work on that day. If I do, then
it'll be silly o'clock start with Australia and New Zealand times. So I think the game over in Australia was at 4:15 in the morning in Sydney, although it was 7-8 o'clock kickoff here. So it's going to be ridiculous times to get up, but there's no better way to start your day and getting up and watch football.
Absolutely. It's going to be a cracker. It's going to be a cracking game.
No,
Let's hope we bring the World Cup home. It's going to be tough. Let's bring it home, eh?
Yeah.
But,
see what the USA brings as well. They're currently ranked #1, and they scare me.
Yeah, exactly.
And again, so did the Germans, but we beat the Germans twice to two trophies. So yeah,
I like that
I'm not worried about the Germans at all.
Exactly, not at all. Toon Black Army, she will be awesome partnership with KTV. Yes, I like that one.
That's a good shout. That's a good shout. But you need to get to the WSL first before you start dreaming on that. That's for sure.
Exactly.
I mean,
she's not playing the third division, fourth tier.
No, exactly. But do you know if your owners are planning to make your women's team full-time professional yet?
I don't know.
Is that the long-term plan?
That's the long-term plan.
Because at the moment, from what I know, your team trains twice a week, so it's semi-professional, not fully professional. I mean.
Exactly. Let's hope we get full time. Let's hope we get promoted first, and then fast track us into the WSL. We need a Newcastle in WSL, and I'll tell you what, if we get that, I would love to watch them as well, sort of thing. But you just never know. No, so I'd love to do that at some stage and do a vlog as well from there as well. So hopefully I will do it next season. They will do vlogs at home, and let's be real, our development team is also doing well. Absolutely, I love Amanda Staveley and what they're trying to do to the football club as well. So, like I said, I mean, I'm going to try and do tomorrow. I mean, I'm trying to get Warren Barton on me, sure. I've sent in the D. I'm going to send the Deanne and each sort of thing, see if he still wants to come on tomorrow or Friday, whatever day he wants to come on, and then get him on as well. Warren Barton, former Newcastle.
Oh, that'd be cool. Oh, that'd be awesome. I'll definitely tune in for that one.
Thank you. Any questions for Warren B? If I do get him on, let us know. I'll post the questions onto him, and it'll be fantastic. So I'll be looking forward to that as well. So we're going to wrap up there. We've done all the predictions as well. Any latest news as well? Brendan Rodgers has been sacked. We know that. And on the very same day, Graham Potter has pottered off as well, sacked by Chelsea. No surprises there as well. Any surprise on those two sackings there?
No, not really. Not really. I mean, you can just tell by Potter's comments on we need to build a project like Arsenal are doing. The backlash from the Chelsea fans wasn't great. I did kind of sit there and just amuse myself. It was a bit like watching AFTV, but Chelsea version. It was quite funny. But he did have a point. But with them, Chelsea are more of a business than they are a football club. For me, the money they make off their academy is just an absolute joke. And you get to suck up all this young talent, and you never see them again. I mean, we lost Amari Hutchinson to them. He's played one game for the first team, and he's disappeared. So
shocking, isn't it? Not good at all. But I tell you what, they big job to do in the summer for Chelsea. Massive job. Do you know what I mean? But you know what it is, right? I mean, it just goes to show that we're not scared of them. If we avoid defeat against Chelsea in May, that means we'll be undefeated in London. I can remember once upon a time we haven't won in London for 28 games. That's until 2001. We beat Arsenal, you lot, and Shearer. He's got the first goal.
That was my first season watching football.
And you're Brian.
Oh my God.
We beat us by 3 goals to 1 in that game. That stopped the rot. Then 2 weeks later, we beat Tottenham. I'm thinking, well, it's finally London. We win in London. But, yes. Sorry, but I got Amanda staying around on John Channel too.
I did actually forget about that. It was my first season watching football. So I was like, I remember that. That was I remember going to that game. I don't remember very much about it.
Exactly. Long time ago. You don't want to know. You don't want to chat about it. You don't want to know about it. There you go. Right, you're going to wrap up there. And, what you got plans for the weekend, rest of the week?
Oh, me, I'm going to just curl up on the sofa. I've got a few books that I need to get through. And, just watch the West Ham game and watch the football. Probably watch your game on Saturday. Yeah. I'll probably watch about 4 games over the weekend, to be fair. Cool. Not loads of football, but just chill out and switch off the social media as well. I think I'm going to do that for a little bit.
Good for you. And where can we also find you on your socials, Lottie?
Oh yeah, well you can follow me at Lottie _AWFC, which is on the screen. or you can come and check out my channel, which is Vic Acres Wonderland. We are doing international football at the moment for the England women. We've got our next show on Friday coming out. It's sort of going to be available, obviously, on YouTube, Apple Podcast, and Spotify once it's up. Fortunately, I'm not doing lives at the moment, but I will build up to that eventually. And then I will get John on a live very soon, of course. So that'll be so much fun. I can't wait.
Thank you very much indeed.
Also, thank you for having me as always. I do enjoy our weekly shows. It's great.
No problem at all. No problem at all. Go through this comments as well. You're welcome at any time. The door's always open to come on my channel as well, Lottie as well. And any Arsenal fans will come on as well. And our development team is also doing well. We are indeed. And Amanda and we had on John's channel soon. That'd be the dream, wouldn't it? That'd be amazing. Bye to I Like Coffee as well. You take care, mate. And Gracia, John, and Lottie and all. John, try and get Peter Pierce on your show. You know what? If I can find a Twitter account, I'll get him on.
Yeah, do it.
I'll get him on. So he's not on social media, and it's a shame. But hey ho. So guys,
social media is not for everybody. So
exactly.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But you know, so I'm trying to get Alan Shearer on this channel, and Alan Shearer does not do social media. Don't do YouTube. So I'm afraid.
I get that. The amount of grief he would get, especially when he has those opinions that are not exactly what social media would agree with. The backlash is not worth it, and he's sensible in that sense.
He is, absolutely, totally agree. But whoever gets him, I want to know how to get him. I've got to find out. And great show. Thanks, John, Lotta, and Claude as well. And guys, like the video, you know, exactly what to do. Like, subscribe, and share as well. And super chat. And also, if you'd like to become a member, it's just 99p. I've got to send a link for that as well. So we'll do that as well. And I'll see you back tomorrow. And I don't know, it could be trying to get Warren again. If I can get him on, great. If not, I'll do the transfer show or the match preview for Saturday's game. So keep your eyes peeled for that, guys. And until then, watch what you're doing. And until then, and just a breaking news earlier, there's going to be an Italian team in the final Champions League if Inter beat Benfica and finish off the job as well. So I'm over the moon for that as well. So I can't wait for that. So yeah. So guys, until then, watch what you're doing. And until then, it's a goodbye.